All right, so now we have data, but what are we going to do with it? And how are we going to be able to interpret it? First thing I want you to be able to do is go to the goal card or the original document, the form. And then if you go up to responses at the top and scroll down, you'll find summary of responses. If you click on summary of responses, you're going to get all kinds of very cool data. So here you can see which teachers responded to the summary. Unfortunately, it doesn't indicate how many times they've responded, but it does indicate which teachers have supported this survey or the form and the data. Here you can see what dates. So we had on October 10th, 7 teachers responded. On October 10th, we have 7 teachers. And October 24th, we have 6 teachers. So you can see which weeks, what kinds of responses we got. Then here's a quick summary of how many times the student had their planner. So 11 times she had the planner and 9 times she did not. And the percentage for each of those. And then appropriate interaction, how many times she got a 1, how many times she got a 2, how many times she got a 3, how many she got a 4 and a 5, as well as the percentages. And you can see what days that somebody actually responded to this. Because I did all of this work today, this is what I get to do over MEA break. All of the responses came on that day, but you could actually break it down that way. So there's some really cool data. Unfortunately, it really doesn't help us see if she responded on a specific day, if she or a specific week, if she's gotten better with bringing her planner or not. So we're going to want to look a little deeper into the data. Close that out, and here we're going to click on View Responses. Here is the hard data, the spreadsheet with all of the results. So the first thing I like to do with this is take a look at, okay, I need to find a way to make this more usable and easier to read. Google automatically has in column A the timestamp of when the individual responded to the form and completed it. It isn't very often that's actually going to be that helpful. So you can just go ahead and click on that column. And then there's a little arrow that appears over here. If you look where my mouse is, you can see the arrow. It's into that arrow. And then you can scroll down and you'll see where it says hide column. If you just hide that, then that column will disappear. If you ever want a column back, there are arrows that appear and you can bring it back. But that one is not one that typically I find to be very helpful. Now, the other problem with the data that I see is, like appropriate what? I don't remember what that was, and I can't read all of the data in that column. So you can go between the 2 columns and stretch, and then you can stretch and adjust the width of the columns so that the information is easier to read. Another problem we have is that the data is in fairly random order, so we can't really track the data over time. So what we can do is we can go up here to this little arrow again, and we can sort it from A to Z. So the first week, we can see how she did. The second week, we can see how she did. And the third week, we can see how she did. Now, as this data gets longer, it's going to be quite a ways to scroll down by the end of the year. So you can also reverse that and sort from Z to A. So your most current data is at the top. Another way you can do it, because this still might be kind of frustrating for students to look at, is you can click on that column and you can click on this little filter up here, or a funnel. It's called a filter. And when you click filter, oh, it was there all along. Then when you click on the arrow, then you will see that there are choices within here. And I just want to look at the most recent week. So I'm going to get rid of the rest of them and just leave that week. And now it filters out all the rest of the data, and we can just see how she did this week. So this information can be very helpful. I am going to do another cast for you that's going to get you into some more advanced Excel or spreadsheet tools that are really cool. I just learned about them today. So if you're ready for something more advanced, you can go to that and it'll give you even better data. Thank you for listening.